every year during 7 months, if you Google it, there's always articles about like the mess, the smell, the inconvenience that it brings to others. Hi, my name is Xiaowei and I represent my family temple, Gong, and I'm also the director of Singing Memorial, which houses ancestor pedestals.
Hi, I'm Morty Miller, a member of the Jewish community here in Singapore and the founder of Shalom Point.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So we're going to talk about religious offerings. So do you see what's happening on the roadside? Do you see the food, the joss paper flying? Do you have any idea what is it?
Not really.
Alright, so for Taoism, right, the religious offerings that we have, normally we will just pray with fruits or food, and then followed by joss sticks or sweets and candies.
So actually in Judaism, people think mistakenly we do not have offerings at all, but in fact we used to have until the year 70.
Okay.
Until then, the temple, the Jewish temple in Jerusalem stood, and we had animal sacrificial.
Oh, wow.
For various purposes.
Okay.
It's not only giving up and sacrificing, but the Hebrew word also means bringing us closer to God by sacrificing the animals. But this is, in Judaism, a substitution, meaning I sinned, I'm the one who was supposed to be here on the altar. Instead of me suffering, the animal is gonna go. But since the destruction of the temple at the year 70, we stopped doing offerings. Only the priest in the temple in Jerusalem was allowed to do this. But if the temple is destructed, you cannot do this anymore. And instead of that, you have to pray. That's why we have synagogues. Okay. We go to synagogue instead of going to the temple and offering the animals. So today, prayer is a substitution to offering. I realize that in your religion, these come together, right?
Yes.
Prayer and offering. But for us, it's prayer instead of offering. It's a kind of offer.
It's definitely very different from the Taoist religion. For us, the offerings are normally carried out, at temples or when people pray to ancestors. So during the 7 months, we actually pray to the wandering spirits. So we always have a belief that the 7 months, there will be the hungry ghosts. They will come out and eat all the food. When you burn the joss paper, they will come and snatch all the joss paper. So that's actually like it's a really big thing. Even if people are not very religious, in Singapore, in offices or companies, they still believe in carrying out this practice. For us, normally the offerings are to God or to the ancestors, meaning that family members that already has passed, then they still want to give offering to them. For the Hungry Ghost months, right, when we pray to what we call, the Chinese is called the 好兄弟, which is the wandering spirit. So you see all the items that we put on the floor, right? It's just we feel that if we give this to them, then they will protect us, or there will be no harm to us. Then when we pray to our ancestors, it's also we believe that during this period, because there's a lot of wandering spirits, then the ancestors will actually visit the home. In our belief, we feel that our ancestors are like our god of fortune. Chinese, you always pray for wealth, pray for wealth and pray for blessing, right? Our ancestors are the ones that are actually taking care of us. So the only difference is that for some people, on 7 months, they will just pray to wandering spirit. And then for some families, they practice and they have the belief that, during this period, my ancestors would come back. Then I will actually prepare something for them. Now I feel that when they come to, visit, then they will feel more welcome. But actually during the period when to pray and things like that, it really depends on the individual. There isn't a direct saying that, during this period you must pray. If you don't pray, then good things will not come to you. We don't believe that there's any good, in pressuring people or saying that. So it really depends on, how comfortable the individual feels.
Instead of offering, we have prayer 3 times a day. So if once we used to give our animals, so now we give our heart.
Okay.
It's very serious because once You know, we had the animal to take the sin, but now it's me and God. We do not say whatever we like. You have text, there's a way to approach the King of the world. How we dress, what hour of the day, how we open our prayer, then what we say, we praise, then there's petition, then there's thanks. So there are different kinds of prayers we say in a certain order, right? When I want to do something, I first want to make sure the setting is okay, the context is okay, that I have everything right, and then I can be spontaneous. You can do it at home. You can do it at home, but it's best to do it in a synagogue. We come together as a community and ask God to help us as a community, as a family, as a people. And of course, I'm part of that. There is a place for an individual, but first we look out to each other, for each other. Today we do have other ways of offering, and maybe the main one is tithing. And this is something that's a commandment. People may not realize this. People are expected in Judaism to take 1/10 of their income and contribute it to charity. It's the just thing to do, the right thing to do, because what we have is not really ours, it's God's. First, I have to look after people who are in my immediate vision, my close circles. The poor that belong to your city come first. So if you live in Singapore, in a certain street, in a certain place, first you look out, according to Judaism, out of your window and see, does anybody need my help?
For us, people normally feel like, for example, it's coming to the end of the year. I felt like things has been going really good for me. I wanted to do good. Then they'll actually tell us, they wanted to do something charity, or they want us to host a event for the community. Then on our temple's behalf of them, we will actually do the planning. Like we actually had the big donation of rice. We will give to different organizations in Singapore. Every year during 7 months, if you Google it down, there's always articles about like the mess, the smell, the inconvenience that it brings to others. There's always like this burning cage, right, in below the houses. They're either all too small or people actually bring too many things. Then there's actually not a proper area that they can burn. So it can create a lot of mess. Or for some people that they don't burn as often, they will actually just put it on the ground and just burn it, and then after that when the wind blows, then it flies everywhere. So you can actually see like the government now, right, they're actually encouraging people to go to temples to burn instead of burning it below their house, which may disturb people. But I always encourage people when they practice this to please burn properly, because if you just burn it, like that, and you just leave, right, then people will say that, this is Taoist practice. So if you want to encourage more people to continue this practice, right, then of course it's best that, we do it properly, but we try to educate and share with people that, instead of just burning here, maybe you can burn at our temple, or we can do this praying service for you, so you don't have to feel the pressure. For the younger generation, if let's say they go downstairs to pray with their parents, they feel the pressure of many eyes staring at them. Like, they're gonna make a mess, they're gonna dirty everything, the car, the floors, and all that. We definitely have to be considerate. You cannot say that this is our religion, this is how we do it. You don't like, then you go and complain. Like that's definitely not the right approach, but we can see that some people, they might get a bit more defensive.
Thank you so much. I learned so much about the 7th month, the month of the ghosts, and this was so insightful for me.
So when you share so much, it actually makes me think back about, what else can I do, for my religion, or how to bring the people together. So if you guys have any questions about faith, 7 months, spirits, burning, you can leave them in the comments down below. Bye!
Bye-bye!